All right, Charlie Moore here, Sustainable You with Cushware, and we have an awesome guest on board. This is our kind of round two because we had some time on that last one. So
Thad, yeah. Well, we'll see how this one goes. We'll see how this one goes.
So, we got Thad Smith of the Westside Bee Boyz from Chicago in the house. That is an old time friend of mine, brother from another mother. We joke around a lot.
Sir. Yes, sir.
So Thad, thank you for joining me, man.
Thanks for having me back, man. I know we had, like I said, we had some issues, bro. We had some issues. Honey, here you go. You could. Oh, sorry. My girlfriend just walked in naked. Sorry. Glad nobody saw that. Glad nobody saw that.
I saw it in the reflection of your glasses. It worked out.
You're like, whoa, hey. You know, we're hippies here, but come on now, let's tone it down a little bit.
Oh, that's
awesome. Yeah, hey. You know, I don't mind another man looking at my girl, but you know, that's not a freak show. It's got to be mutual. You know, we have to talk about it.
Oh, that's great.
Wow.
So Thad, tell us, I want to know, let's go. We got to jump again from the beginning. Okay.
Yeah.
So one is, I want to give a background, man. Give a background of who Thad is, who you are. Let our audience intimately know who you are, because, you know, I can't start them out at a level 2 right now, man. We got to go back from the beginning. So let's go to who's Thad.
Okay, we'll go to Thad 1.0, bro. We'll just start there. So really, I mean, look, I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I just never knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. You know, I always, like when I was in the military, I got out of the military, I used to look at these little shows, these late night shows for, like, you can do your own credit, so I could be a credit person. You know, I always wanted to start my own business. I always wanted to. I just didn't know what it was. Never had enough money, never was in the right position, you know. And then finally, I got an opportunity to do some real estate, and it was a great deal. This is when Carlton Sheets was still doing real estate, bro. So this is how far this goes back.
Wow.
Yeah, this is Carlton Sheets.
You're
was like
aging yourself, man. You're aging yourself, you old man.
I know, bro. I know. This was at the tail end of the real estate bubble. Carlton Sheets was he was dying, but he was making money. And so I actually bought a house with no money down. Got some money. Dude, it works. It works. And so I didn't know enough to do with the money. And so we lost the house, and then we moved out to my brother-in-law's house, and then we're living out there. And so I started my own lawn care business, and then me and him got into an argument. So that went out the window. So then he was like, bro, you can't stay here no more. And then my wife was like, well, I'll go with you. I was like, baby, I'm not going to have my wife out in the street with me. You know what I mean? But knowing I wanted her to go with me, but you know, I wasn't going to have her out. So that was a journey for 2 years. Now I'm on the street for 2 years. I'm still trying to hustle, trying to make money, trying to be an entrepreneur. So I cashed some checks, but I was going to get caught because all my information was on there. It's not like they could have came right to my door and said, Mr. Smith, can you please come with us? We have a conversation we want to have with you. So really, that was the best thing that happened to me, because when I got out, I knew that being 47-year-old, being black, and having 2 felonies, living in the city of Chicago, bro, it was hard. It was hard times. So I was selling newspapers at Sun Times, and I got to meet some bus drivers, CTA. So there's a program with CTA that if you're an ex-felon, you come in, it's an apprenticeship program, clean buses, you know, they treat you like garbage, but if you could last for, 6 months to a year, bro, you got a union job, $55 an hour, man, living life. And that was my plan, but the universe had a different plan for me. And so I went to this program called U-Turn Permitted Program, and I thought, again, it was great because it taught me how to interview. It taught me what to say when I go on this interview for CTA. But then there's another organization called Sweet Beginnings. Sweet Beginning does beekeeping, and they sell honey products. So I got a transitional job working there. And now, again, this was during the time when Chicago was the murder capital of the world, bro. I mean, they were killing people out in the streets like it was cool. So NBC Morning News came in to do a story, And this was the first time I got a hold of, first time I ever even cared about bees, even looked at a beehive. We get out there, we open up the hive, Charles. It was the greatest day of my freaking life, bro. Greatest day of my life. I had so much fun. Oh my God, it was so fantastic. And then my gift the gab, they actually interviewed me, so I had like a little 30 seconds, you know, on the spot. Yeah. So then next week, CBS Nightly News comes in to do a news story. So now, instead of me just talking to this dude, I'm team lead, telling the other people who were there, been there for like 2 months before me, telling them what to do. So I knew this was my life. I knew I wanted to be a beekeeper, bro. I just knew it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And so then after I got done with Sweet Beginnings, well, once my transitional job got over, they hired me as an apprentice beekeeper. And so now I'm helping my mentor, John. So, bro, I'm running 130 something hives. Don't know nothing. I got 5 different locations, bro. I'm the man, dog. I don't know nothing. I'm just listening to John and he's telling me what to do. All I'm doing, bro. I'm cracking open hives like it's cool, man. Every day. For like a year and a half, every day I was in a beehive. Every freaking day I was in a beehive. So I can say, so that year and a half taught me so much more than some dude who was just doing one hive for a year and a half. Bro, I was doing beekeeping. I set up 2 new locations. Yeah, it was awesome. And then they hired me as their head beekeeper after that. So after a year and a half, John retired, and then I became the head beekeeper. And now I am the head beekeeper of the world's largest apiary, only Black man that ever had that position. First Black man to have the position at Sweet Beginnings as the head beekeeper. So yeah, it was, bro. And then from there, I progressed from there.
Dude, Dad, I love your story, man. You've come over such obstacles and adversities, and me and you've had to conquer some obstacles together,
bro. Our first obstacle together, dude. Our first one. How we met. That's how we met.
That's so true, man.
How we met. Our first obstacle together.
Yes. So it's amazing, and what I love is that, look, the majority of the audience that's listening in on this, you know, we're the old people, dude. Me and you.
Really, I know.
Yeah. So your story, for everyone who's listening right now, it's you know, realize that the struggles of life are always real, right? And you have 2 ways about it.
Yes.
2 ways. You either go or you bitch. But bitching doesn't do anything. It holds you back, right?
Oh, I bitch. See, I do it both. I bitch as I'm going. Yeah, I bitch as I'm going. God, man, this is some bull crap, man. This is some bullshit. But I keep on going though. But yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you.
Yeah. So Thad, talk about. I want you to go in a little bit about Westside Bee Boyz, how you became that community leader to a lot of those youth, to get them, you know, like what blew my mind is when I first met you and you're like, yeah, you know, I take inner city kids, get them out of that environment and show them that they have opportunity and have a world. Dude, my mind was blown at that point. I'm like, this is one of the greatest guys out there, and I want the world to know of him. So go into that a little bit, man, because seriously, this is the content that people need to hear.
So, like, you know, when you think, bro, it's like when you look at Jesus Christ, you look at a white dude. That's what everybody says is Jesus Christ. When you look at a beekeeper, bro, all you see is a white dude with a beard. Man, I wanted to show these young kids in my hood that, man, this beekeeping started in Africa. That's where it started. So these are your roots. This is where you come from. And then also, because of how it goes back to what we talked about earlier about beekeepers. Are they pollinators? Or are they colonizers?
Yes.
It's where it goes back to.
Go into that.
It's where it goes back to, bro.
Yes.
So when I talk to these kids, I talk to them like this. Let's think of the United States before anybody got here. man, they were growing fruits, vegetables. Everything was growing here before anybody showed up. Trust me on this. The Indians were taking care of their business. However, when the Europeans came and colonized it, they brought Europe with it. Grass, cows, many things that were in Europe to make it seem more like home. And so what they did was they started to crowd out the native population that was already here, that was already running things. Man, things are running good. You don't need to change things. And so what happens is now that they brought the honeybee, because the Europeans understood the honey, that's why they focused on the honeybee, because it produced something. It gave them something that they can see, taste, and touch. But they forgot that the over 20,000 plus species of bees that pollinate specific plants that they like, they can't see them because they don't see them working in the wintertime or when it's 55 or 60 degrees or when it's 100 degrees outside. They don't see that little queen bee working her freaking butt off, dodging praying mantises and birds and bushels and thistles. They don't see that. All they see is the end product. And they think it just, a honeybee did that. No, a honeybee didn't freaking do that. Another bee did that. So when I talk about that, let's talk about honeybees and bringing them to the inner city. And then what I say. So when you bring a honeybee hive into any area, it decreases the it decreases the forage for all the native population up to 90%. I think like up to a half a mile. I think that's what it is.
Yeah. One hive per about 1 kilometer.
Yeah. Right. So imagine, that honeybee hive is freaking Walmart. That's all it is. So that Walmart just cut out all those little mom and pop stores, those little bakeries, all those little stores.
Yeah, I like this. Yeah,
that you had in the neighborhood. And so now we focus on Walmart because it cut out everything else and you can't see anything else. It made a mess of things. So now those native bees are still going to do their thing, but it's less of them. And what you've done is those flowers in that area, some of those flowers may not bloom again because you're cut out some of the native bees that really specifically pollinate that flower. So you're really shooting yourself in the foot is what you're doing. So what I'm teaching is, man, you can have a Walmart, and that's fine. But we as our native population have to support our native population that's here so that Walmart can't come, so that Walmart doesn't want to come in. We don't need a Walmart. That's the thing. Getting the native, and again, when we talk about forage, the flowers, the milkweed, and it's just not flowers for bees. We got to have, we got to have the monarch butterflies there. We got to have housing for birds and ants and hornets and all those other things that go, which are the other ancillary things that come in a neighborhood. So we build those up. Walmart can't get in there.
Yes.
They can't come into your neighborhood.
Yep.
They can't come. Or if they do come, you've already solidified your neighborhood, so it's not going to affect you in any way, shape, or form.
No.
But then your concept is, so what you teach is providing nesting. So now who cares if Walmart is there? There's going to be some vacant properties there. Man, let's start some businesses there that have nothing to do with Walmart. Let's get in there. Let's start owning these properties. So now people have to come to us. They can't cut us out anymore. They can't run us out. So even if it changes, we can rent this to somebody else and make $1 million off of them. So that's the concept.
Dude, so with the youth, how did you get the youth involved? And talk about some of the festivals that you've done with them and how you turn them into little educators as well.
Yeah, so I just basically go to schools and say, hey, who wants to learn beekeeping? And pretty much that's how I recruit them. I had 3 kids. I had 2 kids. Crap, I can't even. I'm looking dead at their faces. So they went to this Good Food Fest with me. They had been working with me the whole time, and they weren't used to crowds. I'm used to a crowd. I'll stand in front of 1,000 people, but naked. I don't care, bro. Doing my thing. But I forced them to, dude, go ask them about honey. If you don't know anything, say, this is new. I'm just learning. Be truthful, be honest. They're not going to be mad at you. They'll love the fact that you're learning. Oh, you're learning? Cool. What have you learned so far? There's a conversation right there. Yes. You don't have to say anything. Yes. Boom. There's a conversation. And so at first they were a little shy, standoffish. Cheyenne. That I couldn't remember that girl's name to save my life. Yeah, and so slowly but surely they came out of their shell. They were just doing the samples, talking about the product. Man, they were doing their thing. I didn't even, bro, I let them take money. I trusted them with the money. I just let them do their thing. I was going off doing it. I had a few some speaking things I had to do during the show, and I just let them stay there. They handled themselves wonderfully, bro. And so for me, even if they don't do that again, they're confident enough to do that at any point in time in their life because they've already done that.
Yep.
They've already done it. So and then I'll go around to different locations that have kids, and I'll bring my observation hive, and they're just fascinated by it. Fascinated. So that's one of the things is when a black man comes with some bees, everybody's like, wow, that's freaking cool. Let me see what he's got to say. That's really it. And then I talk about just pollination, the honey, talk about the bees. I talk about wearing no hood, just talk about the things that they just don't, they're like, wow, they're so enthralled at nature. Because in our hoods, we don't get a chance to go to nature, bro. We don't.
You don't.
We have nothing but vacant lots and burnt down buildings, and it's not that bad, but there's nothing there. There's no parks, there's no trees, there's nothing. So, you got these kids growing up thinking that the chickens are freaking in the store. That's where you can get an egg. The chickens lay eggs in stores. So there's no concept of nature. There's no concept of a closed loop. There's no concept, just none.
Wow. And it's amazing how you've inspired these kids to take that leap and give them and build that confidence for, getting them to think of a new perception. That's the hardest thing, especially when you live and grow up in a specific environment and when you're very locked in to that environment.
Yeah.
It's hard to see or realize that perception of life on the other side of, whether it's beneficial or not, but at least knowing that it's there.
So I consider myself fortunate. My mother, bro, I've been everywhere. I mean, not all over the world, but my mother made sure if it was, we went to concerts, plays, opera, piano, jazz, blues, religion. I start puppet shows. I mean, our mother took us to many, many places. When I was growing up, my mother's best friend was a gay dude. This is in the freaking 70s. So when people started talking about gay rights, I said, really? I've been hanging out with gay people all my life. That's not a big deal to me. Yeah, it's like, whatever, do your thing. I played in the gay softball league when I was 18 years old. So, me, I don't care what you do. I wanted to play softball. I didn't care what you did when you left this field. I wanted to play softball, bro. So I just consider myself very fortunate. And so I want to open these kids' eyes to different things that I've been fortunate enough to open them up to. You talk about these kids who, bro, they never leave the city of Chicago, man.
I know.
Never leave the city. I had one intern. He never left the city of Chicago. I took him out to Indiana. First time he ever left the state.
Wow. See?
First time he ever left the state, dude.
See, and look at what you're doing for this and the community development. So I know you're working on some other cool projects right now. You showed me a little snippet of it.
Yeah, I'm working. Okay, so the organization I'm working with now and that comes from what we talked about, or that's going to meld into that. The organization I'm working with now is called Sweetwater Foundation. And it's run by this cat named Emmanuel. Now, Emmanuel won the MacArthur Genius Grant Award. Bro, this brother is Charles. He's like on your level. I mean, like straight. Every time I talk to him, it's not a conversation. It's an education level. I mean, it's an educational class when you talk to him. And it's a regular conversation, bro. We're just having a conversation.
That is awesome.
So, oh, man, he's dope. He is so dope.
You got to introduce me to him, man. You haven't introduced
I have to. Yeah, in his world, he is the man in his world. So, but I got to link you up to you guys. And so he created this Oasis on the south side. Charles, that is absolutely phenomenal. Like one city block is one. I mean, literally, a city block is a farm. Nothing but a farm. I've got the plant list here. Squash, cucumber, chard, pepper, broccoli, tomato, mustards, kale, garlic, eggplant, peppers, black beans, potatoes, bro. They doing it. Then they got their own compost in there.
South side of Chicago?
South side of Chicago.
Wow.
And so that's not even the best part, Charles. That's not even the best part. 20 different species of 20 different species of birds come there. There's a hawk that visits that bad boy regularly.
Wow.
Several possums. I think there's a raccoon. I know there's a coyote that comes through there every now and then because it chases the possums and the raccoons. More monarch butterflies everywhere.
Wow.
The hornets. The insect list is inconceivable, Charles. It's phenomenal. Oh my God, it's literally just the blackbirds. There's like blackbirds over there that are near my hives, and if I go near them, I didn't know blackbirds were that vicious, bro. They are vicious.
Yeah, you don't go near their nest, man.
They're vicious, bro, and they don't care. They don't care how big you are, bro. No, they don't care.
They attack eagles.
They
man. On my lake, and they attack eagles. They attack hawks. They don't care. Vultures.
That's why I said this hawk comes around regularly, but these blackbirds ain't having it play. They sit on the fence waiting for this punk to come up. Wait for this punk to show up. I'm telling you, bro. It is. And every time I go there, I find something new. I just discover something new every single freaking time. Wow. And so now the tomatoes are blooming, and so there's nothing but bumblebees around, bro. Bumblebees everywhere. Everywhere. So they have truly been fantastic to me, just fantastic. And so they've allowed me to have bees there. We're kind of doing we're just taking over land and just making stuff happen. We're kind of doing something illegally, but making it legal at the same time. You know what I mean? Guerrilla gardening at its greatest, bro.
Yeah. What are they going to say? And what are they going to say?
Yeah. What are they going to say?
Yeah,
and,
you're making the community better. Take it away.
right. So there could be a possibility they can grant me some land there, that I can have a definite permanent base there. We've talked about up and coming. I want to start the National Black Beekeepers Association on that site.
Okay.
I want to start the National Young Black Beekeepers Association on that site. So these are the things that I am able to do on this site. This, I can't do these things anyplace else. I can do them someplace else, but the opportunity is phenomenal. It's just, it's great. I can't.
That's amazing.
And then we talked about, and because it's in Garfield Park near Inglewood, in the most underserved neighborhoods. Now we talked about the bees, the badge, and the boys.
Yes.
And so I really wasn't thinking about this, Charles. I really could have cared less. God, I really could have cared less about freaking doing this program. However, I was walking down the street with some beekeeping equipment, and this cop stopped me, and we had a conversation. And something that my mind said, bro, express what you feel, but express it in a nice manner. And how can you get over that? How do you not look at it? I mean, I'm always going to look at him shady because I'm a black man living in America. I'm always going to look at him shady. Okay. However, how can I have a less shady look at him? You know what I mean? Yeah. Just know that this is my life in America, and just know how to handle that situation. That's all. So I can't do that unless I talk to him, and I can't talk to them unless they're physically next to me or have something that I do, or I go to jail. I'm not trying to go to jail, so why don't I start this program? And now the program would also consist of brothers who got issues in their background like me, who look at cops crazy like I do.
Okay.
So now the concept is, the first meeting is nobody knows who anybody is, and that's the way it should be. because I don't want you to have any preconceived notions.
Yes, yes.
I want you to be all fucking beekeepers coming and showing up to learn bees. Keep your mouth shut. Don't tell anybody your business. Let's just learn bees. Now, at the end of this, people are gonna make decisions based upon you wanting to learn, how you like to learn. Now they're going to make decisions on that, not your background or what you did. They're going to debate decisions on how excited you get, or do you really like it, or can you two have a conversation about bees? You're a human being now. You're a human being, and now at the end, now we reveal who we are, and people, and so now you look at somebody differently now. You have a different concept of it, and so now you can have a real conversation then, saying, "Hey, bro, don't make it confrontational, but just say how you feel. Just give your experience. Yeah, and that's all you can do. That's all you can do."
Dude, I love that because honestly speaking, man, being in Chicago, dude, you're in the epicenter of this whole conflict of what's happening on many levels.
Yeah.
And you're using bees to bring people together. And it really is. It's bringing nature to people, and dude, this is why I call you my brother, because we're trying to heal the world. We're not trying to create conflicts from it. We're trying to do our part in healing the pieces that we can heal, and I think this program is amazing.
I agree with you completely, but I also think we're entrepreneurs, Charles. At the end of the day, we're entrepreneurs, but if you notice, we never talk about money. We just don't talk about money. That's not what we're here for. Huh. But we make money in what we do. You know what I'm saying? That's not our. And when you hear people, when I hear people talk about money, they're in it for the money, and they're not in it for what they're trying to do. We are in it because we like what we do. We just so happen to get paid for it. That's all. Because I love what I do, dude. I would do this for free. I really would. When the COVID broke out, I got laid off of my job. Dude, I would have showed up at the Sweetwater Foundation every day doing bees for free. They were generous enough to give me a stipend now. Bro, I would have done it for free. For free.
See, and I'm glad we're on this topic too, because again, we're talking to a lot of younger people out there that might be questioning themselves as, financial assurance and comfort to, the dreams and passion pathway. We all get brought to that Y split in life,
Yes. Yeah.
Are we going to take that path, or are we going to carve the path? And your statement just there, man, just said a lot, that you're carving a path. And I think a lot of young people need to understand it's more worth to carve a path than it is to potentially just take the path and look back and have regrets of never taking that chance of swinging that machete and carving that path, right?
Bro, if you look at any champion on this planet, there is not one that does not have that is scarless. Not one. If you look at some of the greatest fighters in history, bro, some may have fingers missing, arm missing, eye missing. Life is tough, but you can still be a champion. But it's gonna cost you something.
Yeah.
Are you willing to pay the price for what you want? That's what you need to ask yourself, because it's gonna cost you. I mean, it's good stuff and bad stuff, but it's gonna cost you.
Dude, that's a great statement. That is a phenomenal statement. It will cost. It absolutely will.
It will.
Whether it comes down to time management, of just family management, to business time, to, when you're just physically out there just doing it,
And you don't realize, I mean, some of those costs are and people think, it's bad. No, you know what it costs you? The friends you have now may not be the friends you have 5 years from now. So it's going to cost you some friends, but you're going to gain some new friends.
Yes.
You're going to have, doing what you do, you solved all your problems, but the cost of that is you got brand new freaking problems because you in a whole nother piece of real estate. So, it's going to cost you something. The effort that you got to put into, it's great, but it costs you time. So there's like I said, don't get caught up in the money. It's going to cost you something, whatever that is. It's going to be a great deal of it. It's going to cost you. Are you ready to pay the price and understand what those things are going to be that it's going to cost you. And that's the difficult task moving forward. You never know what that real price is going to be, and a lot of people are willing to pay that price. My price was going to jail. That was my price. I was willing to pay that price.
Yep.
Yeah.
You took that risk and did it and went, and came out, and it just strengthened you. You know, mine was the hurricanes. You know,
yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Before, not that I care less about sustainability, but I was not thinking at that. I was invincible. I was in my 20s conquering the world.
You were thinking about yourself like we all freaking do in our 20s, bro. It was all about you. It was all about you.
So no, this is. I'm really glad this topic was brought up because, we're both entrepreneurs in the sustainability space of trying to bring a better solution into our society somehow, whether it's ecological or community driven or all of the above. And yes, it is the right, it is a more righteous path, but it doesn't make it easier. I feel that this is one of the more difficult paths to take that I've learned. I agree with you because I think people are uneducated. That's why it's difficult. We are the educators, Charles. Yes.
Literally, every time I talk to somebody, I teach somebody something. I try and send somebody away with something that they had no clue about bees. And so my story is about squash bees in Illinois because Illinois is the largest producer of pumpkins in the country.
Mm-hmm.
And so squash bees keep Illinois in pumpkins. And so imagine if squash bees were decimated from Illinois itself, we would lose billions of dollars of industry here. And so that's what people don't understand, how important one freaking bee is to one state. The mason bee is important to Michigan because of the pollination it does with its fruit. You lost that mason bee, man, Michigan's in trouble. So we have to understand the importance of those specifics and how it really can truly affect the magnitude in which it can affect your community.
And guys, everyone listening in, you're hearing like the highest level of passion there is of an industry that's giving and it's creating a better world. And that's why I wanted to bring you on the show, is to inspire so many viewers out there that may be at that tipping point of saying, you know what, why should I keep wanting to pursue my dream? Or why should I try to figure out a solution as an entrepreneur to create good when, it seems like it's too hard of a path, and dude, between, we both have a good amount of scars. I think we're pretty equal for the most part.
Our scars, our scars are the same, but they're different. We have different scars, but they're the same. We had to go through our trials and tribulations. We really did. But see, because I didn't have a family, you have a family. So your scars are much different than mine, bro. You have bro, you got to take care of the family, dude. You just have to. You got to take care of the wife, the kids. So your battles were much stronger. Man, you had to get out there, Pimpin'. Had to get out there. Me, I could have laid back a little bit, but bro, you had to fight the dragon. You had to. There was no ifs, ands, or buts. Hey, man, I got to fight the dragon today. Got to fight the dragon today, man. See you later. Love you. Gotta go. And it wasn't just one. And it was the same dragon every day. Yeah, you fight for 8 hours. All right, I'll see you tomorrow, Frank. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, Charles. You got to go back and fight the dragon again tomorrow.
Exactly. You got my sword and shield ready for the next day. Yeah. Well, Thad, dude, I just want to thank you so much, man, for joining us this evening. And do you want to leave anyone off on to close out your show, man? Leave people off on a high note. What would you leave people with right now? That as Thad Smith, you're educating people and you're talking to people from all over the country right now. What would you say?
So here's the main thing I tell people all the time. It doesn't matter what you do, but man, have conviction for what you do. If you don't have conviction, you are never going to achieve anything in life. And the other thing is, man, life is going to beat the crap out of you. I swear it is. It will beat you down. However, you have to get up and fight the next day. You have to. You have to. And then the third thing is, every day, try and create something. Whatever it is, create something small, something big. Do something, produce something, create something. And it lets you know that you're alive. That's pretty much it.
Dad, I love it, man. Dude, this is great, man. Thank you for being here with us. And we're going to be, dude, me and you are going to just grow old together, and that's it. We're just going to be buddies until the end. So I think I think I'm going to kick it for you. So just help me make sure that when I do kick it, I get a cool Viking burial being just, flaming arrow.
Yeah.
Flaming arrow at sea, man. That's it.
I can do that for you, brother. Right off your property, dude. Right off the property.
There you go, bam. Cool. Well,
oh wow, yes, we can make that happen for you, bro. Make it happen,
dude. Thank you so much, Dad. And we're gonna definitely be bringing you back on the show more often as well. And I want you to, I want, and anything that you're doing in Chicago and any help you need of getting that voice out there of the projects, even that large farm project. We're here. We have your back.
Oh well, just so you know, there's going to be a couple bee with me native beehives on the property. So
I'd hope so.
Bro, I've already got them there, dude. They're already there. Don't trust me. That's already in the big player. You good.
That's awesome, man. Cool. Well, dude, have a great evening, and thank you so much, Dad.
No, thank you, Charles. I appreciate your time, bro. Thank you for having me on.
Yep. And I want to see you more, man. Post more. You got to get that. You heard Celia. Celia said, yo, post more content, consistency. We're getting schooled, man. We got to listen.
No, yeah. Hey, when I was consistent, it was really nice. I just haven't been consistent. So yeah, I got to get back on that path.
All right. I'm holding that fire to you, man.
All right, brother.
Yeah. Take it easy, bro.
Take you too.